Ladies and gentlemen, thank you and welcome back for another Z Real Estate's weekly discussion on real estate. This week we have a special guest. Christina is going to come in and talk a little bit about disclosures, what it is, why it's important, and some common errors that realtors usually miss, which hopefully should help you guys along the way. All right? So, without any further ado, Christina.
Thank you, Jonathan. Okay, my name is Christina, and I am the transaction coordinator here at Z Real Estate. And I'm going to talk about timelines and disclosures and reports. In a typical California residential purchase agreement, the seller has 7 days from acceptance to send out any disclosures, prelim, any kind of reports, wood pest destroying report, any reports that you can think of. They have 7 days. From the date of acceptance, the buyer has then 17 days, unless otherwise negotiated in, let's say, an addendum, seller multiple counteroffer number 1, number 2, what have you. The biggest concern with buyers and buyers' agents is, well, if the seller doesn't get those disclosures and all those reports out within those 7 days, they will not remove their contingencies, which they are allowed to not do. So let's say the seller sends out all the disclosures and reports on the 8th day. Then the buyers have an additional 5 days from the date that they received all those reports and disclosures to get them back to the seller and then finally remove their contingencies. Now, if they don't want to remove their contingencies after they've received everything, then you have to go through the correct channels of sending out a notice to perform to the buyer to remove their contingencies. If they don't want to, after you send out the notice to perform to the buyer, you can then turn around and cancel, which you never want to do, obviously. You just want to get the deal closed. So that's probably my biggest frustration, is making sure the buyer's agents and everybody get their disclosures on time and they get them back to me on time. And if they don't, then I got to continuously hound them and ask them over and over again, I need the disclosures, you got the reports on time. And if they don't, then I've got to go through the proper channels of sending out a notice to perform and then cancellation, which I never want to do. So to all the realtors out there that are representing sellers, get your disclosures and your reports out on time so you don't have to deal with that hassle of giving them extra time and them not removing their contingencies. And yeah, that's it, I think. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you, Christina.
You're welcome.
All right, everybody. I hope at the very least that was educational and informative. And thank you so much for tuning in. Until next week, have a great week, everybody. Bye.